Hey everyone, and welcome to an exciting episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep High Noon. Before we jump into this gunslinging rootin' tootin' game, we're gonna go around the table and introduce ourselves. I will be your GM this evening. My name is Lucas. My pronouns are he, him. Lian.
Hello, I am Lian. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Snalgo the Great. His pronouns are he, him.
Dre.
Hey, I am Drea Silvertooth. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Trace, and her pronouns are she, her.
Cassie.
Hello, I'm Cassie. My pronouns are she, her. I am playing Bandit tonight, and his pronouns are he, him.
And Sade.
Hello, I'm Sade Smith Edwards. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Charlotte. Pronouns she, her as well.
All right. Before we get hopping into this, few things first. The music and sound effects, hopefully they're coming through okay. Let me know if they're sounding weird because I was fighting them before games, so I took a minute. But the music and sound effects come from Sirenscape.com. So if you want to have your house sounding like a war zone, maybe you just want it sounding like a tavern because that's just your thing. You were like, what if I always lived in a tavern and that was my life? Then you can do this too. Live out your wildest fantasies with Sirenscape. And if you also don't believe that we are physically here, it's all the Matrix, which pill you take doesn't matter, but you still want to play tabletop games, then hop on over to roll20.com. You could take the red pill, you could take the blue pill, doesn't matter because you still get to roll dice. So hop on over there as we are sponsored by them. Ooh, all right. So last time on Rise of Nyarlathotep High Noon, our party had just met each other. They had naturally went to the saloon. We found out that Walkerses were having a little fire in the basement, that people were getting to know each other. Apparently Snalgo and Trace have a history. We found out that our saloon owner, Charlotte Willows, has a frightening face at times. We had learned from ST3V3 that there is an explosion that happened recently, and there was also one that was happening in the Arcanium a few days prior, and that people have gone missing that were in the mine. Only one person came out of that mine, and that was Abigail. So you found Sheriff Rufus Ruff. That is indeed the name that all of the Canadian Revenue Agency people call me, and they fight me on my own name. And after talking to this canine sheriff, you have managed to procure his assistance with some chicken, as they haven't had any in 2 years. So he led you across the desert, took most of the day, you took your gangs with you, and then Abigail shot at you, had a conversation. Turns out that explosion happened, people are in a weird trance in the mine. Then at nighttime, there was something big and spooky trying to get inside. It was cold, hungry, alone. And naturally, Bandit threw some flaming sticks at it. Ensued in a large battle. A couple of gang people got killed. You all ran away, forgot the dog. 2 of you went back to go get the dog, but 2 of you kept going. This shadow storm was rolling, just flying through here. And then at the end of it, you, Trace and Bandit, you managed to get back into that little shack as it was being ripped apart by this shadow storm. And you had a fun encounter with Abigail as her tongue grew really large and a strange prophecy maybe was spoken to you. But you secured the dog. And meanwhile, Charlotte and Snalgo the Great, you two had burst through the darkness and you're not too far away from the town. So that is where we are picking this up. So we'll start back at the cabin first. So Abigail's dead. The tongue is very large, and the 2 of you are in this ramshackle hut. It's been very destroyed, and Sheriff Ruff is underneath the bed.
Well, this is a house of nightmares.
I don't like it.
You okay?
No, I'm not. And I want to go back to my own doghouse, and I want to stay there, and I don't want to come out for 2 days.
But are you physically okay?
I don't know. I've been thinking about that lately. I'm not running as fast as I used to, and it's just, I feel a little more sleepy these days. I like to really lay in the sun. I find that helps.
Does he have a collar on?
Yeah, that's where his sheriff badge is dangling from.
Trace has looped a finger through the collar and started leading him out of the house.
It's naturally that thing that all dogs do. They immediately push back on all fours as you're dragging them, but you do manage to eventually convince the sheriff to get out of this house. And then they're just sort of like trotting into the sand as they're looking around. Where are your lizard emus?
Ran away.
Yeah, that's a great question that you're asking there. Here, have a little bit of piece of chicken.
Oh, yes. This will revitalize me. And this almost makes me think back to when we first had that chicken 2 years ago. Oh, they were carrying in the chicken. It cost a few lives, but the chicken was so delicious.
Oh, it's always worth it.
One thing to note, this is a fun piece of world building I did after last session with one of our other players. We decided, why is it so hard to get chicken? That's because chickens are about the size of wyverns. They got fire breath, they're very dangerous, but they taste just as good. So when somebody actually gets some chicken, it's a big deal. It's a nice moment.
That's a mighty chicken. Good lord.
Good to know. That was my biggest question, was what happened with the chicken? Why is it like this?
Just like to, yeah. And just to be clear on the stock of chicken that I've got currently, I'm probably at like less than half of what I set out with because I've just been bribing everyone with it. Mm-hmm. So I imagine at this rate, I'm going to run out real fast.
That's right.
I'm wondering where Charlotte got the chicken from in the first place.
It was a real lucky shipment that came in. Apparently there was a group that came through not too long ago, these notable individuals, and that is what they're known as. They had taken out a chicken in the process of something else that they were doing, with the power of friendship and going a quarter mile at a time.
I love this. Continue. Sorry.
That's beautiful.
So the three of you, you're out here and it's like the middle of the night, probably like 1 or 2 a.m.
Do we see our rides, our lizard emus? That's what it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's do a scout check. So that is roll plus wits.
That's a 7.
All right, on a 7, you can ask a question and take +1 forward. So I'm guessing it is about where are your lizard emus.
Where is my ride?
You do see that there is some tracks from the lizard emus. Since the storm had stopped shortly after you got kicked off, the tracks haven't been covered. So,
and the storm is totally stopped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now it's just like the dead of night.
Okay. Bandit, do you want to go look for our rides?
Well, I don't know if those things are still out there, and my group is gone. But I suppose we ought to. Otherwise, we're just laying low until the morning comes.
I mean, I can probably ride the dog, but I don't know if he can carry both of us.
Well, did you ask the dog if that was okay?
Excuse me. Can you carry me back to town, please?
I don't really want to.
What if I rolled really good on charm?
Well, I suppose I could be inclined with a bit of shine. So roll plus shine.
Whoops. Oh, I'm bad at that. I got a negative. Oh no, 7.
Well,
if I carry you into town, what's needed for me? It sounds like I'm doing all the work here and you're just sitting back taking a cat nap.
I mean, we did come back to make sure you didn't die. Didn't leave you alone in the room full of a lady with a tongue with eyeballs.
I
Well,
felt
that's not for
very
very
safe.
long anyway.
I felt
Yes.
very safe under that bed. I felt like this is my fortress. This is where I'm safe.
We didn't feel very safe going through the storm to come back and make sure you were alive.
I suppose I can drag you.
Drag.
I'm not very big.
It's like a bloodhound, so it's
Okay.
it's
all
not
right.
very
Are we
big.
all roughly the same like height then?
I think so.
Do we try to like sit on Sheriff Ruff like a horse and we all just fall over? No, we can't.
We've now decided in canon a few moments ago that Sheriff Ruff's getting a little old, so let's see how Sheriff Ruff's gonna do. Oh wow. Sheriff Ruff might be feeling a little old, but you know what? That adrenaline's still kicking and the chicken really spiced things up. So Sheriff Ruff is just plodding along then with the both of you. As we
I think
go,
Bandit will be on the ground. Give Trace some extra space there and give the sheriff a break.
just
That's fair.
running on your 2 feet, running really quickly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Sheriff Ruff won't be going too fast as they're now carrying someone. Okay, so as I forgot last session, as we transition over to the other two, there's something that was actually supposed to be done at the end of session. So at the end of session, the thing that I was supposed to ask, and I did not, was each of you go around the table and you can talk about a character that got to know you better, and that person can add 1 to their history. So we can start off with Lian.
So I think Charlotte may have gotten to know me better. If memory serves, you planted a bug of some kind in me, didn't you?
Not yet, no.
Oh,
Give it
Was
time.
planning on them. Give it time though.
Give it time.
okay.
All right, so Charlotte, you could get +1 on your history with Snalgo, and if it hits a 4, then it resets back to 0 and you get an XP. And we will move over to Trace.
I think Bandit probably got to know Trace a little bit better because we went on a daringly unappreciated rescue mission together. So I think Bandit got to know Trace a little more.
How about you, Bandit?
I would also probably say Trace, because Trace also approached Bandit first when they were basement dwelling and was like, "What you got going on down there?" So, yeah, I'll probably say Trace.
And Charlotte?
I think Bandit got to know Charlotte more just because got to see her true face
That's
on that one.
very
So that's
true.
a bit of a big secret
Yeah.
that
Are we gonna talk about that? Like,
Yeah, we're going to have to. That was quite disturbing.
yeah, like I think Bandit knows some stuff.
Yeah. All right, so we will go from there and move over to Snalgo the Great and Charlotte Willows. You two have exited this storm, and it's starting to dissipate behind you. The rest of your gangs are coming out. Charlotte, you did lose 1 of your 3, and Snalgo, you lost a couple as well during this whole encounter.
Well, now what?
Oh, my stars. What was that?
Well, not sure what the shadow tornado was, but pretty sure that was a demigod we just encountered, and we started something there.
And Snalgo turns and like does a quick head count of his gang and notices that a couple of them are missing, and he's like, Oh, I think we lost some of them. That's a damn shame.
Yeah,
Damn
boss,
shame.
we lost Ted back there. It's real unfortunate. We saw him take just a shadow spear right through the chest, and it's just sad, really. And we also lost pretty good bud back there. Sarah, unfortunately, got ripped right by a shadow person, but like that's the way she goes sometimes. So,
Yeah, suppose so. Boy.
As one does.
And there are a number of little like walrus that are on these like pony-sized lizard emu that are all looking confused, like, oh no! As they're all just like kind of like all their lizard emus keep bumping into each other, and they just look like they are a mess without Bandit.
Oh.
I love them a lot.
And Charlotte's gonna go up to her gang, realizing one is missing, and it's like, that's unfortunate. Guess I need to replace one of those soon.
You see, they look a little disoriented. As they're kind of shaking their head. We tried reaching out to them, but I don't know. It's like static and wind and screaming. They're still there, though.
So they're in that shadowy mess out there.
I think so.
We can't. Well, that's just suicide if we try to go out there now.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
should
no,
try to-
I'm okay with calling that one a loss. I like them and all, but.
And then she's gonna go up to one of them and kind of like gesture for them to come closer.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, well, if we lost one, could you possibly take one of those over there? And she gestures over to one of Snalgo's men in general.
Oh, it's unfortunate that Ted's gone, though.
Yeah, that was a good candidate right there.
All right, we'll take a look.
All right, thank you.
Snalgo is pretty oblivious to everything that just transpired.
As it's supposed to be. But then Charles goes like, so Snalgo, did you want to head back to town? You want to try to go back? I highly doubt that that's a good idea, but you could wait for them to come back. Or you could wait for them here.
I think we're a little banged up, I think. You think it's real late, but maybe the dock is still up? We ought to get patched up, I think, before heading out again.
That is wise. And she looks down at her hand that has was it like a burn or something? Or like a cold burn handprint kind of situation?
It's basically like frostbite. Like just immediate. It just immediately started burning your arm when they grabbed you.
Okay. So she looks down at it and he's like, yep. I guess heading back to town and getting ready for the next steps would be best. Hopefully they make it back okay, I guess.
I hope so. And he looks over his shoulder into the night. Doesn't see anything though.
Yeah, you don't see any traces of those shadowy beings. You see all your gangs here, but you don't see the other two, Trace and Bandit.
We saw them turn back to try to get to them, right?
Bandit had like a bit of a torch, and so you saw kind of like this light just kind of go away and go back.
We did find out some information though. Those shadowy figures said something about they opened something. Maybe it has something to do with the mines.
Yeah, and that damn Bywood, they're sniffing around.
They are shady though.
Yeah, but I think they might have started something.
Something that was motivated by money, it seems. Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, heading back to town then?
Think we best.
All right.
So you start marching back to town with the gangs, and so it's quite a large group of all of you. And the two of you, Trace and Bandit, you're going along, and you find the trail of like all these different lizard emu that have been going. So it's pretty easy to find your way back to the town. So you'll probably be arriving maybe a couple hours after everybody makes it back to the town. But while you're going, like Sheriff Ruff is just talking about all of these proud accomplishments, like catching the pie caper. Like dealing with all sorts of gangs around the area. There are like a lot of these stories seem very embellished, but that's just what they seem to be telling you this entire time.
I imagine. Oh,
Go ahead.
No, go.
If it's embellished, Bandit is not acknowledging that at all. He's just taking all of it as 100% fact.
And there was 25 people there. They all had guns. They were shooting at me, but my old canines, I bit right into those arms. They all gave up right away.
Good Lord, you're mighty, Sheriff.
I don't just have bark, I also have bites.
Well, evidently so.
Poor Bandit. It's probably so terrifying. The sheriff. Trace is laying across the Sheriff Ruff's back and taking a nap.
It's you're used to kind of like sleeping when you're on your lizard emu, so you're kind of used to like the jostling along while you're nodding off. So you fade off as the two of them are going back and forth and sharing war stories that are both don't seem to be super extreme. Snalgo and Charlotte, as you get back to the town, it is in the middle of the night still, so probably like 3 or 4. You see that there's the odd light that's like on here and there. There's like some Magitech lights that are set up throughout the town. You do see that there is an old swinging sign for a doctor's office. Charlotte, since you live in this town, you do know that the doctor is an automata. So they're more than likely awake.
Okay. I think the doctor is an automata, so it probably isn't closed. Give it a try.
Sounds good to me.
Should I go first or should you go?
Can we not all go in together?
I'd rather not.
Well, after you then.
Right. And she does. Girl's got to keep some of her secrets. And then she walks in.
So you come on into this doctor's office, and the door was open, so you just swing it in. And coming in here, you see that there are tools that are lining the walls. They don't really care to make this place look nice or comfortable for their customers. There's a lot of sharp utensils along the walls. Everything is cleaned and very pristine, which is the reassuring bit, as it seems the automata that takes care of this shop is very particular with their tools. You see that there are a few tables laid out. The building itself isn't very big. There's just this main room where they do most of their operating and procedures and even just checkups. And then there's a back room where they have a lot of their supplies and storage and personal belongings. You see floating into this room, it's this large spherical automata. They have a number of different arms coming off of them. They have this little disc that's underneath the sphere that you see these almost like rings of blue magical energy that's shooting down to help it stay levitating. It has 3 or 4 little cameras on it that look around and zoom in and out as it's coming near you. And it flies a little bit closer and says,
"Hello. Welcome back, Charlotte."
Good to see you again.
Do you need to be operated on again?
No, not this time. Just patch this up. Nothing too major.
What were you encountering? Should I expect a lot of injured people?
No, none of that. But no, just a shadow storm outside of town. something probably to be worried about for sure, but nothing that I did. I promise.
Well, at least it's not a chicken. Let's see this wound.
And they fly closer, and the little camera goes down, zooms in, and they start, multiple arms are coming out. A few of them are extending out and grabbing utensils off the walls, and they start cleaning. It will cost... How much gold do you have on you, starting off?
$8.
8? Okay, so we'll just make that gold. But it'll just cost you 2 gold. And they'll be able to fix up 1 harm on you.
Awesome.
I forgot to introduce the doctor's name. The doctor is Dr. Slice and Dice. This was not their name that they chose, but rather a lot of angry locals. But they are also the only willing doctor in the area, so a lot of people go there anyways.
Does this offend the doctor being called Slice and Dice?
They're not thrilled about it. Usually they prefer just doctor, but everyone around the town calls them Dr. Slice and Dice, especially with the number of surgeries that have gone wrong.
Okay.
It took a while to get used to the surgery thing.
All right.
Builds a lot of confidence.
For sure. Just don't get hurt too bad.
It's so much easier now. I used to just work with textiles, and I found that skin is pretty much the same.
That's fair, actually.
Is it just you that's injured, or are there others?
There's others. There's Snalgo the Great outside, and maybe some of his men might need to get looked at. I'm not sure if operating is necessary.
Oh, fun. I am looking forward to this. That was not sarcasm. I understand that my voice does not really give me the option to be sarcastic.
What, why are you looking forward to this exactly?
There's nothing like a good slice of people.
And then she's just going to nod and then walk out backwards. Thank you very much, doctor.
So the doctor begins cleaning up and cleaning off the tools as they're waiting for their next patient.
Victim.
Yeah.
Snalgo turns to Jones and asks him if any of the gang need medical attention.
Oh, let me check. Hey, boys. Anybody get roughed up? And there's a few people that are like, oh, not so bad, but yeah, I got this piece of wood through my arm. And they hold their arm up, and there's a piece of wood right through it.
You there? Come on in.
Right on.
Get you looked at. And they walk on in after Charlotte comes out.
So you walk in there, and the doctor's just finishing cleaning up.
Wow. That is a lot of wood through an arm. Are you injured as well, small kobold?
Oh, me? No, not nearly as bad. I just got a shotgun graze right here on my arm, and he turns a little bit to show it.
Okay. We could either just give you drugs, or I can clean it up.
Why not both?
I like it.
So the doctor cleans up your wound first and stitches it together, and they give you this small little leather pouch, and you see that it has a few of these little vials that you're just supposed to mix it in a liquid and then stir it up and then drink it back, and it should help with the pain.
Much obliged, Doc.
That will be 4 gold for your 1 harm, the drugs, and fixing up your member there.
Okay. Yes, I believe I started with $8.
Okay.
So so Snalgo digs through his pockets and gives them the money.
Wonderful. It'll take me a little bit of time to get this plank out of the arm, but I'm sure they'll be right as rain. Were you looking to keep the arm?
That would be preferable, yes.
Yeah. Kind of a fan.
Shucks. Alright. Well, I guess we'll do this the hard way.
So the doctor's going to be a little bit busy on that for a while as you see them. They're mixing this drink. It looked much like what they already gave you to your person that you're leaving there, and they're starting to get paler as they're looking at all the tools that are being taken off the wall. I guess I'll see you in a bit, boss.
All right. Yeah, hang tight in there. You'll be all right. You'll be right as rain in no time. And he pats him on the shoulder as he leaves.
So you leave out of there as you hear the sound of like an electric saw start up. Do we need that? Come on. No, wait.
Come on, don't be a party pooper.
All right. So after your doctor visits and kind of just getting yourselves all patched up and sorted out and getting your mounts all taken care of, you see trotting into town is a very tired looking bandit and a cat sleeping on the back of a dog.
Oh, look at here what the dog dragged in.
Yeah, I like that joke. That was a good one.
I do appreciate it.
Trace lifts her hat off her face and says, "I don't," and rolls off of the dog and stretches.
Oh, good heavens. Oh, they're so heavy.
Here, Sheriff, why don't you go lay down in the sun for a while?
Well, I'm afraid there's no sun to speak of yet, but...
Well, it will be over there.
I'm gonna go lie down to my house. I know that Stinky Pete smells a little bit better at this time of day.
Thank you for the ride. Is all that screaming coming from the doctor's office?
Oh, yes, that's par for the course.
Mm-hmm.
The good doctor is just doing their work.
Good. Very good.
They call him Dr. Slice and Dice for a reason, dear.
Not gonna let my paws go near that place.
Well, maybe I'll just get used to being injured.
So what would you all like to do?
Is there a different doctor? Or is it there's just the one? There's like no one else I can coerce into fixing my bodily pain.
Happen to...
You could ask a random individual.
Okay.
Like, maybe Stinky Pete's got some doctor skills. We don't know yet.
True. I guess Trace will just go wait in front of Slice and Dice's office. But she will be very firm that she doesn't want any slicing nor any dicing, but will accept medication and or ointments.
All right, so you're waiting out there for a bit, and there's the odd person that's walking outside. Some people that look like very drunk. They passed out somewhere outside. Now they're starting to get up, realizing that they have to make their way home. So they're like stumbling in the streets. You see that there are no lights on at your saloon, so everyone there must be asleep.
Mm-hmm. Did anyone want to get a drink?
Oh, I am quite parched. And also, where's my crew? Where are they at? Are they okay?
They all had run into the saloon and more than likely filed into the basement.
All right, I'll be back, y'all.
They looked very lost without you.
Oh, they're sweet boys.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet boys.
You can bring me a drink if you like. I might need it.
I can do just that.
Yes, from all that walking.
Let's not forget who shot the god of shadow.
Yeah, you're welcome for the opportunity. And Bandit's not trying to be a smartass. He's just like, yeah, you're welcome. Uh-huh.
Just too precious.
I love Bandit.
I love Bandit.
We all love Bandit.
So, Snalgo, the Great, right? Would you also care to have a drink?
Yeah, let's take a load off our boots and drink sounds great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell me all about why you're called the Great.
I'd be happy to.
I love that Snalgo thought that the big shadow thing was dangerous, and Snalgo is like in so much more danger right now.
So then I lead whoever's following into the saloon. I'm planning on not going to sleep, probably because of all of that just happened. So
that's fair. Yeah. So Bandit, you go down into the basement and you see that Potato Peeler is off in the corner doing what they do best, just peeling potatoes. And the rest of the gang, some of them have went to sleep in a friendship pile, and some of them are just like trying to do like jumping jacks and stuff to get all their adrenaline gone so that they could just pass out.
Well, now, are you lot all right? Is everybody all right? You okay?
Potato Peeler looks up and goes, I don't know. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. That's a big shadow.
But we lived, and that's the important part. And we gotta live to peel another day, buddy.
Think about it. You never see the same shadow twice. So, I think we're safe.
That is a damn fine point, Potato Peeler. Damn fine point.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need a hug? Are you okay?
Everyone wakes up at the sound of getting a hug, and it quickly turns into this group hug. And just, you feel just the stress. A few are crying. It was just too much dealing with the demigod of darkness and seeing people be consumed by said darkness.
There. Let it out. Let it out. It's all right. Better to let it out than bottle it up and need therapy later. It's okay. Go get it out now. You feel your feelings.
So it's just you can hear this upstairs, Charlotte and Snalgo. You hear just copious amounts of weeping in the in the basement. Yeah, you have like a couple candles that are set up and just relaxing as you sit down near the bar. You have the drinks poured. Trace one is brought out to you.
Thank you.
A lot of the gang has also just filed into the saloon because there's... How many do you have in your gang, Snalgo?
Had 12, down to 10 now.
So yeah, there's like 10 other random individuals that have all just like funneled in. So it's pretty full in here. It's going good.
I'm just trying to see what to do next. Charlotte is, well, also like just in general, talking about what happened, I guess, with whenever Bandit gets patched, not Bandit, sorry, whenever Trace gets patched up, like whenever we talk about that. But so what are the next steps now then?
Well, seems to me that we got to find out what's going on down in them mines.
Do we just go straight to the mines, just by trying to get information from a former survivor? Didn't really end quite well.
No, it didn't. Seems to me though that, well, she was the last living lead above ground that we know of, unless there's somebody else that we can shake loose I don't want to go down there any more than the next person, but well, what other options do we got?
That's fair. And there's no other survivors that we know of, so all I know is that they released something in there. And if we have to hop, skip, jump over there, then that's what we have to do. Well, didn't think this was going to be easy. Now, tell me about your greatness.
So, as you may have heard, I am the inventor of the Hot Pot 3000. I like to call it. It's a portable water heater. Found some Magitech years ago. Didn't know what it was for, but figured that I could repurpose it, and so I did. Then I sold the patent and made a name for myself that way, and that funded the rest of my enterprises. And well, now here we are.
And how many enterprises do you have exactly? And she kind of leans forward.
Oh, and he's like counting off on his like clawed fingertips. Gotta say, like, must be close to like a dozen now.
A dozen?
Oh yeah, got a whole town working on manufacturing some of these inventions. Snalgo's Crossing, just a couple days journey west of here. You ever been?
No, I haven't had the pleasure, but I would like to go sometime. And it seems that you have quite the brain then. That's interesting.
Well, I like to think so.
Not many can just make 12 ventures, for sure.
And so you run this place? And he looks around.
Yes, this is my saloon. Been here I came here about 2 years ago.
And you like this town? It's a nice town?
It's a nice town. Easy to get to know everyone. If anyone needs information about anything, I'm usually the gal to go to. And everyone's pleasant. Pitches in, everyone helps each other. Yeah.
And Snalgo like looks like he's about to say something, but he's interrupted by a huge yawn because he's so tired.
Oh, did you want to go take a nap? Is a room available?
Oh yeah, you got rooms available?
Mm-hmm. For you, of course.
Oh, well, that's mighty handy.
And she smiles like a really like large white but a little too off smile. But you don't know what it is. You don't know what's wrong there. But it's like, yeah, of course. And I can continue serving your men as long as they want to be down here.
Well, I'm sure they'd greatly appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, then, once everyone's up in the morning, we can talk about next steps. Probably going into that mine.
So we go over to Trace. The door is opened up by this like mechanical claw as it swings open dramatically slowly. And you can hear the soft whimpers of someone trying to just fall asleep and pretend this all never happened. And you can hear,
Next.
Good. So good. I still think I'm in less danger than Snalgo. Can Trace see if that man in there has his arm?
He does. It is heavily
Promising.
bandaged. There is a large piece of bloody wood that is sitting in a bowl off to the side, and tools are being cleaned off by Dr. Slice and Dice.
I think Trace got grabbed by shadows, right?
Yeah,
So
clawed your back.
Clawed my back. Okay, so it looks like claw marks. Okay. Okay, Trace will approach the doctor and say, "Hello. It seems, in spite of your ominous name, you are the only doctor here. Can you fix this without making something worse?"
Oh, I have never worked with a fancy before. But it should be fine. I can stitch your back up, but we're going to have to shave a bit of your fur.
Oh no. Not my beautiful spots. Huh.
Or I can just disinfect it and wrap it up, and we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
If you want, you can even come back, and the maggot will be free.
And they have like a little digital smiley face appears on it.
Yes, let's just disinfect it, wrap it up, and see what happens.
I guess. All right. Sit on the table.
She does.
And it stings, but you know they take care of it, and they're patting it down, disinfectant, and cleaning it out, getting the sand out of it, and so that'll just be 2 gold for 1 harm.
Perfect, because I've only got 4 gold. So she hands that over, no problem.
And you see the other person is they're lying on the table, and they're starting to pass out.
Well, I don't know what comfort she can offer them in these trying times, so I think she's just going to get wrapped up and call it good.
And you do see the lights are on in the saloon, and you can hear people talking in there.
Okay. Yeah, she'll head over, and maybe Charlotte, are you still down at the bar?
Yep.
Okay, she'll wave to Charlotte and then head into the basement and look for the friendship pile.
Oh yeah, it's going strong.
Mm-hmm. This is a cuddle puddle for sure.
Room for one more.
Oh heck, yeah, come on in.
Okay,
Here, we'll make room next to Cuddler. That's his specialty is cuddling.
I'm real good at cuddling.
Perfect. And she jumps in the pile and goes to sleep.
And immediately you are cuddled by Cuddler as just this pile, this friendship pile just starts to all fall asleep in a collective union. You, from an outside perspective, one almost wonders, do they have the greater hive mind at this moment? They're in this.
I sure hope not.
Oh, I'm gonna be real sad when they all die. All right.
Well, you know.
You never know.
Maybe they'll be the survivors.
Just snuggled in the basement hoping for the best.
Yeah. That's how they live.
Yeah, maybe we won't make it, but they will.
As long as they do.
Yeah, so Snalgo, you're getting some rest in a room, and the friendship pile is sleeping. Charlotte, are you trying to get any rest at all?
She will get like a little bit of rest, but her goal was to either her or one of her men put a hive mind bug. Don't shake your head. It was gonna happen.
I have to shake my head. I'm scared. I'm real scared.
On one of Snalgo's men, preferably one of his right-hand men. So,
all right, let's do a roll just to see what kind of. So we got. Let's do. I guess have dealings.
Okay.
or size up. One of the two, I'd say. I guess they're both plus shine, but
yeah. Okay. I think I'll do half. No, like size up. I think might fit better. All right. 9.
all right. So you find a decent person that you can plant a bug on them, and they pass out on the table while people are talking, and you're bringing these drinks over for some of them, and as you set the drinks down, one of these bugs, they crawl out of your sleeve and they crawl into this person's sleeve, and you just kind of pick up the empty mugs from the table and you're on your way.
And she just like hides a smirk, like, if you guys need another round, just let me know.
Oh,
and
yeah, thank you.
And then she goes back to the she does like some minor cleanup and everything like that, and then like after the last round or last call, she's probably gonna catch some sleep with a big grin on her face.
So you all sleep fairly well because you were just so exhausted from the night before, and waking up in the morning, you can hear some sounds of hustle and bustle outside as people are getting ready for the day. You can hear like a couple bells ringing for some people that are bringing in supplies into the town, that kind of stuff. And it seems like most of you have slept in till like mid-morning. Charlotte, you've probably been up for about an hour or so, just kind of getting stuff ready and prepared.
Okay. Can she like talk with her ladies about something having to do with like the shadow storm at the very least? Okay. So she's going to like, is anyone else up or in the bar area?
There's a couple locals that are just wandering in that are like sitting down and like getting some breakfast. You see that like your 3 employees are up and they're taking care of things like moving the drunks, getting them out, and like cleaning up after them and bringing up breakfast and stuff.
Right, so I kind of like send out like a mental ping to them to like get their attention to come to me versus like us doing like the whole black eye reach out situation. And once they all come over, it's like, so have you heard anything about what happened last night with the shadow storm, the demigod of night and all that jazz?
We did hear some chatter. There was a little bit from the people that went with you, and then the connections kind of got a little muddled with one of them. I heard there was screaming and wind whipping, and we heard that only 2 came back with you.
Mm-hmm. I was told by one of those shadow people that they let something out, probably in the mines. Do you know anything that might have that kind of power or juice?
Roll me. I'd say roll scout. So like plus wits.
Okay. 8.
So they're thinking on it, and they're, like you can feel like the pinging back and forth of one another as you all are connected to this hive mind, and one of them sort of like turns back and says, well, it's kind of just a bit of a thing the miners always joke about, but they always said they could hear clanging far below, but they figured it might have been some weird automata or something that was locked down below, but maybe it was something actually pretty big. Maybe it was something real dangerous.
Maybe they broke through to have it escape in a way.
I feel like something like that would have come on up. Nothing's exited that mine since Abigail.
But apparently the miners have a new purpose now after that happened. So maybe something changed. Maybe it's not its goal to escape yet.
You want us to send someone down there?
If you could,
Okay.
but be careful. Don't go extra hard now. No one's been able to come out yet. We already lost one of us.
So who would you like to send? Would you like to send one of the two that you had the night before, or would you like to send one of these three that you have that are working inside the saloon?
I would send one of the two left.
Okay. So they pick up the pack and they, put a pistol on their side and just wander out towards the mines.
And she jerks her jaw at him and kind of mentally sends out a good luck. And I think that's it. I was gonna check on Bandit just because Bandit saw, but maybe another time or later.
Yeah, has Bandit mentioned that at all, or you just sort of keeping it to yourself?
Yeah, we're compartmentalizing like crazy.
Yeah, we're traumatized.
Cool. We gonna talk about that, but we're not gonna talk about that right now.
Just taking the Hank Hill approach at the moment, just really getting them down.
Yeah.
So the three of you wake up, and your stomachs are grumbling. You're feeling well rested. You're a little sore from yesterday, but you can hear some hustle and bustle downstairs.
Yeah, Trace will do a little cat stretch, getting out of the cuddle puddle, and head upstairs.
So it's like March of the Penguins as you get up and you go, and there's these little walrus people all following along. And all of you just sort of come and you enter into the main room and finding tables to sit at. You're feeling a lot better, Bandit, knowing that the sheriff at least doesn't recognize you.
That is very reassuring.
And Snalgo...
Go ahead.
Snalgo, you're walking down the stairs as you're on an upper floor and seeing everyone is settled down.
Yeah, Snalgo wakes up very well rested from his private room and comes downstairs, and finds where Trace and Bandit are sitting, and joins them.
Good morning, Snorfles.
It's Snalgo, and good morning.
So, we going into that mine or what?
Charlotte's going to come on over, and I'm just gonna say I sent someone earlier to check it out for us first to see what the stat of it is right now. Before we head on out, I think it might be a little bit wise to do some scouting first.
Good idea. And yeah, Trace is just gonna vibe until information comes in.
Just vibe.
Well, is there anything we can help with to get us ready while you're scouting?
Mm-hmm.
See, I got potato peeler here. He can peel a mean tater. And then we got fish netter who can net fishes.
I don't know if
We
there's
got a water
river
person.
nearby.
Oh, we'll find it. It's okay. If we run into one, you gonna get them fish. You always do.
We'll catch you a sand shark.
Yeah. It's good eats.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to borrow a cuddler and go back to sleep.
Gotta do my job. Gotta do it.
He acts like it's a big burden, but that's his favorite thing.
Gotta do what you love for work. Gotta love
You
what
never
you
work.
do.
Yeah, you never work a day in your life if you love what you're working on.
Didn't you just wake up?
I always go back to bed. I go back to bed any time of the day. You find me, I'll say I'll go back to bed, and I just go back to bed.
Cats sleep 20 hours a day. I'm well behind.
And you did do quite a bit. You shot the knight. That's a tale.
I know. Hey, speaking of that, should I get like there's a fame mechanic for my character for the trick shot.
Right, yeah.
Do I get a point of fame for shooting the demigod of darkness?
Hell yeah, you survived.
Okay.
Tell the tale.
Cool.
So, and there was a lot of people who can further tell that tale.
Okay. And as my fame goes up, when I interact with people, instead of rolling shine, I get to roll fame, looks like.
Nice.
Awesome. You can
But
tell
for
my
now-
ladies. You can tell my ladies all about the tale of shooting the night. They'll be glad to spread the noise.
No. No. I'm going to go take a nap. Goodbye.
Okay.
Charlotte, I want you to roll me a scout check as you are using your individual, but you can use shine instead of wits as you're using one of your members.
Okay. 9.
All right, on a 7 and 9, ask one question. What has recently happened here? What's about to happen here? What's most valuable or dangerous? Best escape route? What could shift the odds in my favor? Or who is the most vulnerable or dangerous to me?
What has recently happened here?
So you hear this connection as you're all laughing and talking, and you can hear over it. It's just echoing into your mind. There's a lot of discarded tools around these parts. There's a bit of blood here and there, but no bodies. I found one of them briefcases of bywood. Don't know if they're still here, though. I've been walking for a bit now. I don't see no traces of no one, but I can hear something. Clanging.
I want to ask more, but I think that I just used up my one.
Yeah, so they say they're gonna report back in a little bit and try to see what else they can find.
Okay. I think that he should be coming back soon now.
Is there anything anyone would like to do before this person comes back, or otherwise we can speed that along of them going through the mine?
Can I just sleep a copious amount and heal? Or just sleep. I could just sleep for fun. That's cool too.
I think it would just end up being for funsies, unless you got something else to help you heal along, as it was a demigod that clawed your back.
No, I'm just gonna sleep then.
Did anyone else want to do anything while this is going on?
This is not I want to do anything. I just wanted to check in on the person I just tried to change and how they're doing. Like if it has happened, or if it takes a little bit.
They're currently sleeping. You see, like they had a lot to drink that night. You can tell that the process is beginning, but it'll probably take a little bit.
Okay.
And it's affecting with the amount of alcohol there was in, it's affecting the bug a little bit as they're getting a little intoxicated, dealing with the brain.
Okay. So then, yeah, I don't have anything.
All right, so roll me another scout, and we'll see what you get.
9.
All right, so
Really close. I just want that 10. I just want that 10, but okay. Who here is most vulnerable and dangerous to me? To me. That one. That question.
Okay. So you are hearing back from your person, and now it's been a couple hours since they've been wandering through this mine, and like the group is just like looking over their equipment and eating and just like hanging out, as you hear, there's a lot of them. There's a whole heck of a lot of them down here. I found the miners. they're working on something. I don't get it. It's a bunch of weird doodads, big parts, big pieces of machine. There's something big down here. It's bigger than anything I ever saw. I have a purpose. I have a purpose now.
What do you mean? You already have a purpose, she sends back.
I gotta work. Gotta work on the machine. I gotta make it happen.
Come back.
And the connection ends.
You I don't know who's up at the bar, but she definitely curses under her breath at that and slams the glass down that she was probably polishing.
It's definitely Billy. It's up at the bar, and they got another one of their chai lattes, and it has the art done on it. A real decorated moment of just when they were raising their first spider horse and sitting down there petting it.
Now, Charlotte, I feel that anger. I feel it bubbling. I feel it coming out. I don't want you breaking one of them cups and regretting it for the rest of your days. I know how precious this place is to you.
And then she sighs, and if anyone's listening, it definitely doesn't sound like a normal sigh. It's sounds like there's a level of gutturalness coming out of her throat, where she's like, okay. Instead of slamming it, and she didn't crack it, she just gets her to do it again, and then she just polishes it just a little bit and retains her finger, and then just pops it back up on a shelf. And then leans back on the counter. She's like, you're right, Billy. You're right.
Is this about the shaders last night, that big storm? The spider horses were mighty frightened, but I heard you lost one of your own.
Yeah, and I might have lost another.
Oh no, is that storm back?
Not the storm, I think the mine. Something in there.
I'm starting to wonder if it's time to maybe pack up shop from ST3v3's Gulch. It's getting real dangerous around these parts. Explosions, missing people. The doctor is incredibly frightening. I don't feel good about the medical care in this town.
But how's your chai latte, though?
I was but the chai latte is divine, ain't it?
It's the only reason I'm still here, me and my spider horses. I wake up every morning with a craving for that slight spice of chai.
Oh, I like you all very much, but I would walk away right now for a chai latte.
I understand. It is tempting, and we love how we craft it, but I wouldn't put it past anyone to leave this place because things are taking a turn.
Well, you take care of yourself, Charlotte Willows. You gotta be careful out there. There's things that's not only just sand sharks and sand worms. There's other things that go bump in the night, and it's been getting mighty strange the past few months.
I hear and I see. But thank you for the warning, Billy.
This little halfling with the hat that's about almost the size of them. They finish their latte and set it down, and they tip the hat and then also almost tip over, and then they leap from their chair and just go strutting out.
Later, Billy. I love him. He's amazing. Sorry.
Take care.
So I think Snalgo and Bandit are left alone at a table since Trace went to go take another cat nap. Snalgo looks across at Bandit and just says, "So, what brings you into town?"
Bandit is visibly guilty and not making direct eye contact with you, Snalgo. Looking very intently at their cup. Well, I came out here with my flock. You know, sorry. So, okay. If I don't get this off my chest, I'm gonna lose it. And we got to talk about it. You deserve an apology, 'cause Snalgo, I stole from you. And
You stole from me? What'd you steal?
Well, come on, Pila, give me the thing. Give me the thing here. We gotta hand it back.
Are you sure?
I can't sit with this no more. It's just eating me alive.
Oh.
And there's just a tear that goes down Peeler's cheek as they set down an item that you had thrown out a week prior.
Snalgo looks visibly confused. And with this perplexed expression on his face, he picks up this piece of scrap metal and looks it over. And then recognition dawns on his face, and he says, This is garbage.
That's what I thought too. But when we done took it, the sheriff and his men came around and they scared us off, and they gave us great chase, and we wound up in the basement hiding from them. And I don't know what we took, but it seemed real important, and I didn't know what to do with it. So we just been sitting on it for a while, and then you showed up at the bar, and I about shit my britches, but it's okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, listen, Sheriff Perry and his deputies, they're a little overzealous in their duties around town, and I keep telling them, it's all right. You don't gotta prosecute every little thing that goes on, but he does what he wants, and I'm not there all the time. And tell you what, Bandit, this I'll take this off your hands. This is nothing. You don't gotta worry about it no more.
Oh my good gracious, that's such a relief off of my shoulders. Thank you. You're very gracious, and I appreciate that.
Well, nice. I appreciate your honesty.
Potato Peeler tries to do a really awkward curtsy, almost tipping over.
Thank
Bandit.
you, Your Majesty.
Bandit, do you have to change your name now?
Maybe I can go back to just being shepherd. Because Bandit's not what I'm doing no more, but it's how they know me here, so let me sit with it for a while. I need to see what my spirit says. Because I feel like a shepherd, but maybe deep down I am just a no good bandit.
Someone hug him.
Snalgo reaches across the table and just gently pats Bandit's hand.
Bandit has to turn away, like they're trying to hold themselves in. Like, hey, hold strong. Gotta hold strong for the other walruses. Somebody's gotta. Thank you.
They're
You'll
all
be all right.
intently watching. Every walrus is staring at you. What's gonna happen? How do we react?
It's all right, Bandit. It's all right.
All right. Well, we got a job to do, ain't we? We should get on that. I'm feeling mighty relieved. I feel good. I think we can go do this. I think you'll be fine.
Trace turns the corner as she comes up with Cuddler, and she says, "It might not be the worst idea we've ever had, but going into this mine will probably be the last."
One of your men, Snalgo, turns around. Oh shit, we're going on a mine? What? I thought we were just kicking it here.
Well, we were kicking it here, and then we're going to the mine.
Dang it. All right, boys. Gotta get up. It's mine time. Everyone's just, no. I don't want to go down in a mine. And for some reason, they all just seem to have a strange aversion to it, but they're all getting their gear ready.
Are they all in the basement?
No, they're up top, like on the main floor.
Okay, I wasn't sure. All right, cool.
Ain't natural not seeing the sun for that long there, though. No. I mean, you're inside for a bit, right? Like, you don't really see the sun much. You might see it through a window or something, like whatever, that's fine. But like, just being underneath the earth and just seeing no sunlight whatsoever, it's just like gotta live by a torch or weird Magitech lights, just, I don't know. Right?
Yeah, that's mighty strange. But you know what? Tell you what, I think we're just gonna pop on down there, see what we can see. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. It's just that we've run out of all the other leads, and that's where we got to go if we want to figure this thing out.
All right, boss. We got this.
To what extent did Charlotte explain her communicate? Because that's very ominous. Like, that's very bad.
Oh, I don't know if that's been relayed.
I think like I heard that, and then like Snalgo went to talk with, so I don't think we actually like met up afterwards. So she's gonna come and find you guys. It's like, so my man didn't come back, and I'm fearing the worst at the moment, actually.
How much are we getting paid for this? Because it's probably not enough.
You are each getting paid about 1,000 gold.
Never mind. It's enough.
It is definitely enough.
Let's go.
So
ST3D3's got the cash.
He's got the cash. So Charlotte's gonna go up to one of her ladies, just because one of the like they completely got caught up in whatever was going on, and she says to them, so if I don't make it back, because that seems like a real possibility, the saloon is yours. You ladies run it. And if you got to, pack up and move somewhere else. You know what our mission is. Just keep it going.
We'll do our best. You try to get out of that mine. You try to live.
I'll do my best. And she takes a deep breath and then turns and says, all right, we doing this thing?
Yeah, let's roll.
It's mine time.
Let's go.
So you each, like the saloon doors slowly swing open, and like a weird two-headed sheep walks by, like inconveniently as you're trying to have this cool moment, and then it passes, and then you proceed again. The saloon doors swing open as the four of you are marching out, followed quickly by these gangs as you're making your way to this mine. There's someone naturally whistling this whole time with the tune as you're making your way. You're checking your pistols, checking everything on you. And the mine itself, it's very open. It looks strange because usually there's so much activity that's going in and out of this place, but you don't see anything going on. There's a few people that are kind of rubbernecking as they're looking over, and you're making your way into this mine. This cool breeze meets you as you can hear very, very faintly a clang in the distance.
You know, I was feeling awful brave back at the saloon, but a little different seeing it up close.
Yeah, this is a terrible idea, but if we pull it off, it'll be the last terrible idea we ever have to have.
1,000 gold each. All right.
Shall we?
You start wandering into this mine, and there are some Magitech lights that are hanging off the sides. You know that often there was automata that would have like their heads themselves were like massive lanterns, but none of them can be seen in here right now. But you see there are lanterns that are set up that you can grab. A lot of tools have been discarded. You do see, Charlotte, you see what one of your members was talking about, how like here and there's splatters of dried blood, but there's no bodies at all.
Are there like drag marks, or is it just like splatters of blood?
There's the odd like small pool, but there's no large amount that's been dried anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's interesting.
I'm not sure interesting is the word.
Well, something definitely happened, but there's no bodies, and nobody has been dragged away either. So it makes you wonder what happened to them.
Trace helps herself to one of the lanterns.
Yeah, you get it off the wall, no problem.
Okay. Are any of the tools look like there's something worth having or something that might be useful?
No, it's a lot of hammers, pickaxes, shovels. Nothing that looks super useful. There's a couple carts that are here and there. You can pull a Donkey Kong Country too, and if everyone goes in the cart.
I wanted to get in the cart and ride the cart, but it's very tonally inappropriate for a place where a bunch of people just went mixing, so I'll just walk.
So you're all making your way, and you're going deeper into these mines, and the clanging is getting louder, and you can actually start hearing people. It's faint right now, but you can hear people say something over and over again.
Okay. And just a quick check. So Charlotte didn't tell us everything she knows. We know from Abigail that the miners who are down there refused to leave, and they said they have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And Charlotte didn't tell you because how would she explain?
Sure.
Oh, hey, same thing that like was said, like, oh, the purpose. Oh, my man also like got caught up in that. How would I have known that? So technically it's the same information. Just
right.
Don't get too close.
Is there just the one main tunnel that we're following, or are there more branching paths?
It does branch every now and then, but the lanterns that lead off to the branches don't seem to be on at the moment. But you can definitely, like, every so often it does branch. It is pretty clear where the sounds are coming from. You can see that there's more blood. Now you can actually start seeing that there are actually drag marks in the ground. It looks like they've been carrying stuff.
I'm worried if we just... Let me do this in character voice. I'm worried if we just approach normally, we might find a new purpose. Any bright ideas?
Can Snalgo check some of the branching tunnels to see if any of them lead sort of a more indirect way to the source of the sound?
Yeah, roll me a scout, so that's plus wits.
That's a 9.
So you do see there is one of the branches that looks like you can kind of loop a bit, and you can hear some of the clanging coming through there. So it does seem like a bit of an indirect way.
Snalgo says in kind of like a hushed tone, "Hey, I think there might be another way around over here, so we're not just like walking in straight into trouble."
Bandit and the other walruses were already following behind you.
So when you turn around, you kind of bump into them.
Sorry. Pass it on.
And they do. This you all heard
my
the message,
God.
but the message nonetheless is passed on by the walkers. And then a
An
few of your
adorable
gang,
telephone
Snalgo, are
chain.
like, oh yeah, so like there's oh no, you heard? Oh, okay. Oh, right.
Can I try something? And you can tell me if I can do this or not.
For sure.
So one of my men is here, but like has a new purpose.
Hmm.
Can I have dealings to like force break that connection probably at all or no?
Yeah. Yeah, you can try.
I can try. Okay. Would that be have dealings? Or would that be?
Yeah, have dealings, I think.
Oh, okay. Hold on. That's based off of Shine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's my thing? Why did I move my page? Sorry. 1 second. Oh, okay. So 11.
So you get
Good.
them for about a minute. They're kind of like, I don't. What's happening in my head?
Back away. Head towards the exit.
I don't know where anything is. How did I even get down here this far?
And she's gonna. Nah, she can't. She shouldn't do that actually. Like if it's like very loose. So she's like, head towards the exit. Look around.
They're building a real big one.
What are they building?
I could be wrong, but I think it might be a train.
A train?
There's something big down here, Charlotte. I can't quite describe it, but and you feel that connection to them is really straining.
Mm-hmm. You can fight this. We have our purpose.
Purpose. And you can start hearing something over the connection. It's the sounds around them, the clanging as they're trying to concentrate. You're hearing what they're hearing. There's the odd like sound of like something melting and steaming. Let me know if this comes through.
We opened up the gate. We knew it was too late. No running away. No saving the day. We brought the emptiness home. Faces we stole, gods we once knew. The emptiness had already consumed.
Posted the lyrics of that because there was a lot of voices.
Mm-hmm.
But it should be in the chats. I'll also put it in the Zoom chat for everyone.
Sade says that was sick.
I am appropriately frightened.
Oh, okay. And it does like, do I lose them or?
Yeah, you lose them after that.
Okay. Okay. They opened something.
Opened what?
A gate. They're building a train.
How?
Trained to where?
I don't know. I mean, it's a mine, so I don't know where the train's probably going, but that's what their purpose is.
How do you know that?
I have my ways, darling.
Does it have to do with your big insect face?
It does have to do with the Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry.
What'd you just say?
Her what?
Oh yeah, y'all weren't there for that. Well, you were there, but she was facing
She
the
like
wrong direction.
she looks to Bandit and just glares at him.
Look, we're on a big honesty kick today. Okay? And
you want me to be honest about my big bug face?
I mean, I would like to know a little bit more about it.
I mean, we have a cat and a walrus and a kobold. I mean, it's all right if you're not human.
Yeah, we ain't judging.
That might change once you find out that what exactly I am or what we are.
I don't know. Have you seen your face?
Sorry. Have you seen you? My name is Charlotte. Well, I used to be Charlotte. We are something different now. And it's not just me. Called a hive mind, darlings.
Oh, good. So there's a hive mind collective up here and one down there.
Hey, do not compare me to that thing down there.
At least she's on our side.
For now.
You make a lot of assumptions about me, darling.
I say we got to fight fire with fire.
It already took hold of one of mine. That's what the scout was. And I tried to snap him out of it and it didn't work. If you get too close, it has you.
So we don't know if it's looking at it or hearing it or just being around it, but something bad will happen to our minds down there if we aren't careful. And we have no idea how to avoid it.
Maybe I can find out something about, they're chanting something down there. They're trying to build a train. We got a little bit more information we did last time. So maybe I can reach out and find out more.
Could we maybe take one of them? And you could do your mind stuff? Get in that way, because they got one of yours, and maybe it'd be easier to get one of theirs.
Get close enough, won't you be taken though?
Oh, I'm not going to go get that person.
If only we had something fearsome on our side, like a chicken.
You should get away from chicken. What she was going to do was she knows that they're building a train and there's a saying, or we have lyrics, granted, that's not what we're calling them. We have a chant. So she was going to reach out to the collective again to find out if this information helps with pinpointing what it might be.
Roll me plus shine.
Roll what plus shine? Or just roll
2d6.
plus shine?
Yeah, plus shine.
Okay, in general, okay. It's a 9.
Okay. So you're reaching out to your collective, and you can hear the chittering back and forth. And at this point, are you trying to hide your face from the group, or are you just
nah?
Yeah. So you watch as Charlotte's eyes go completely black. These mandibles are coming out of her mouth, and these little fangs are coming from the top and bottom. And you're chittering in front of them because it makes it a lot easier to communicate across. And so they're going back and forth. They don't know about the first part about how they're talking about a gate or the emptiness, but all demigods in this world, they all wear masks. So every demigod will have a different mask. So they're assuming Faces We Stole has something to do with maybe stealing from a demigod.
What was it?
The faces we stole, gods we once knew, the emptiness already consumed.
Okay.
So they're thinking after you say this to them, maybe
it's either a demigod or someone that stole a face from a demigod.
Yeah.
Okay. I tell them that it's like, so something having to do with a demigod, or someone stole one of the faces of one.
A demigod like the one we fought, like Morgus, the demigod of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Was his mask face always supposed to be there, or is he missing one too?
Was he missing his face, or
He,
was it
he
like
had his like
He had a
a
mask.
white
he had
mask.
his
Yeah.
one? Okay.
Okay.
Well, and he said plenty about his siblings not having theirs.
Hmm.
I don't know who all was there. I think that was when I was distracting so that you could shoot him in the butt or wherever you done shot him. But he said something about masks that people stole. So, also that might have been actually more terrifying than seeing your face out in like the outside world in a cave. I have regrets about that. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, so demigods are missing their faces. That caused a problem, possibly a problem that made Abigail's tongue grow 2 feet long and get faces. And something in the bottom of this mine is building a train.
Can we
Still like to know where this train's going to.
Like, do we see what they're making from where we are, or we have to be closer? One of those things.
You'd have to go closer. You can right from like where you are, you can only faintly hear like people chanting, but you can't make out what they're saying. But you're gonna go on a limb and guess it's just that over and over again. But you can't see anything that they're working on at the moment. Your contact did tell you that there were large mechanical pieces, though.
Okay. There are a lot of large mechanical pieces down there. They're building something. That's probably what the Bywood people probably bought, now that I'm thinking about it. So masks having something to do with the things that Bywood people might have bought. So they're helping with building the train?
Well, if I had to guess, they wouldn't be doing that for no reason. There's got to be some kind of profit motive. But what I can't figure out is what the masks have to do with it all.
Aren't like demigod masks supposed to be like powerful or something?
You think maybe the masks are powering the train?
Maybe keeping everyone down there, hypnotizing them, forcing them to work, have a purpose.
Well, unless anyone has any good ideas, one of us will have to go down there. Well, don't everyone rush all at once.
Did you want to go down there? I know I don't.
Yes, I'll go if we can't think of anything else. So, this hive mind thing, is it contagious?
That seems a little rude to ask.
She just kind of like recoils at that. Like, I'm sorry, darling.
I don't know how to phrase this correctly. What I'm trying to say is, if you don't give me a bug face, then we're cool.
I was not planning on giving you a bug face.
Perfect. Then we're fine.
But yes, it is. It's not contagious. It's not like cold. And she like gives a look like it's not a flu. I have to pass it on.
All right. Well, I'll look out for you if you look out for me. And I guess good luck to me. I will maybe be back. Your face was the last thing I saw. I don't know how I feel about that.
She she smiles when it breaks her face in half.
Yeah, it doesn't get less scary with time. I'm sorry if I was rude on accident. Cuddles, one for the road.
Oh, I got a job to do and I love to do it.
And Potato Peeler comes up to you. Now, it ain't much, but it's something. And they hand you this cat that has been shaped out of a potato.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I love it. Okay.
Come back here.
Trace
Aw,
takes
Peeler.
it's so cute. Trace takes the potato cat, hugs Peeler, puts the potato cat in her one little pouch, and pats it, and says, "All right, well, off to do the last thing I'll ever do. If you see me building a train, I guess. Well,
We'll get you back. We'll get you back.
We'll get
Yeah.
you out of there somehow.
Thanks, Snorfles.
Snalgo. Snalgo's great.
Thank you, Bandit. Or Shepherd Bandit.
All right. Well, Trace is just gonna go find out because I don't know what else to do. So let's just go take a look-see, huh?
All right, Trace, roll me that scout. So I believe that's plus wits.
Wits. Ho ho ho. I got an 11.
All right. So on a 10 plus, you get to ask 3 questions as you're going down there.
Okay. And there's a list of questions somewhere.
Yeah. What should I be on the lookout for? What? Oh, got it. Give me a second.
It's probably.
I can talk like an individual. All right.
Oh, wait, I
what
got it. I
should
found
I
it.
be on the outlook for? What has recently happened here? What's about to happen here? What's most dangerous to me here or most valuable? What's my best escape route? What would shift the odds in my favor? And who is the most dangerous or vulnerable?
I get 3 of these. Okay.
Mhm.
What's most valuable or dangerous to me here?
So you are creeping down and you're making your way. Your hair's a little bit on end as you're freaked out about this whole thing. You can now hear the chant pretty clearly. You see that there are a lot of miners. When you see these miners, they have pieces of metal welded to them. They have metal on their arms, their face, their body, and it looks like they're just slowly being turned more and more into steel as they're working away and putting these pieces together. You can tell that there's probably at least 20 miners down here, and they look pretty dangerous. They have a very strange look in their eye, a large smile on all their faces.
Okay. 20 miners, and they look like they have steel welded onto themselves.
Yeah.
And they have a horrifying smile. Good. Very good. What's my best way in and my best way out?
Your best way in, you could probably sneak past, like behind a couple crates. You're pretty agile, so you could scoot through there and maybe hop on a couple crates and get past. They seem pretty dedicated to what they're doing, so it seems like an easy way to just get past them. As for your best way out, it looks like there is another opening, and you're guessing that's what Snalgo was talking about. There's another opening on the other side of the train that a lot of the miners don't seem to be paying any attention to.
Okay. So best way in would be over crates, and then best way out would be down the back.
Mm-hmm.
What has recently happened here?
They have been working very hard on just melting down any kind of metals they have. This train is looking very close to completion. One thing, though, that throws you off is you see there's a wall further down, and it's recently been broken open. And you see there is a sword that is lying near there, and it's broken in half, the blade itself. It is illuminating a little bit of bright light, and the hilt of it looks very intricate. There's a sheath that's also near this sword that looks very intricate, and the individual who was wielding it is no more. So whatever happened, they must have used this sword to break something very large out of the wall.
Okay, so that might be the bright blade. And can I tell what it broke out of the wall?
You don't see it here. You can hear further down the sounds of a heavy hammer. And as you're dealing with this, you're looking around, you feel an arm grab your arm, and you look over, and there is this twisted individual. I'm going to actually hold up this mind flare. So when I have this mind flare held up, we're going to be dipping in some heavy body horror. I'm going to be describing this character. When I bring the mind flare back down, that means the body horror is over. And then I will give a TLDR on what had happened. So I'll give you a second or two to mute it. Okay. This individual that grabs onto you, most of their body, the meat has been shredded off. There's steel that has been bound around them. They have this suit jacket that's in tatters. Bywood and Bywood is written in gold thread on their side. Their face is mostly metal, and then it's skeleton on the rest of it. Their teeth are chomping down as they're getting closer. They drag you closer. You smell this rot coming off them and like the cooked flesh as their face is inches away. So there's a being that is skeletal and made out of metal, and they're mostly decomposed. They come right up to you, and you hear this voice.
The pain they hold, the doom they seek, our world soon to be entombed.
And that's what we're going to call it.
But yay!
I'm
Getting
scared.
spicy.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we got steel zombies and so much more. I hope you all enjoyed today's session. Did you all have fun today?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I'd like to formally apologize for being mean to Charlotte.
No, it's fine. Like I was expecting
scared
it, so.
of Charlotte. Okay.
No. I was like, oh, I can't wait until like they find out. And then it was just like she's just gonna be upset if someone's like, so what is that? Do you want to tell me what that is? Like, and she's like, excuse me. So no worries.
Yeah, this Gunsight's been a lot of fun. I forgot to mention at the very beginning, we are playing a TTRPG called Gunsight. We normally play D&D, but this 3-parter, we're just trying out something for fun. And Gunsight seemed like a rad thing to do, because who doesn't want to do a fantasy, western, horror, comedy? Shove as many genres in you can, and you can make a great story. That's what they always say, I think, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot of fun, and I'm so excited for the train. Because if you have a great Western story, you got to have a train moment.
That's true.
The train is important.
For sure.
This is going to be a lot of fun. But let's go around the table and any kind of recommendations you have, where we can find you, any plugs, anything like that. Just let the people know. I have been your GM for the evening. You can find me. I run the Ballad of the Seven Dice Twitter. I am the DM for our podcast, Ballad of the Seven Dice, where our campaign, we have a number of individuals ripped from different areas of the multiverse to fight a war in the Forgotten Realms as something is consuming planets. And I'm destroying the Forgotten Realms, and it's a fun time. I take the lore that they spent years and years crafting and perfecting, and I ruin it. So join me in my crusade as I destroy a planet and no one can stop me. I also DM, of course, Rise of Nyarlathotep. We have another group, our main cast, the Randos, who will be joining us come see this calendar here, the 21st. Yeah, and I also run Lost Tower of Ambrosia every 2 weeks. That is where we have a group. We have a custom made TTRPG where they build up their own adventures, like on stream, and then send them into this tower. And last time we had someone be flung by a giant tree that just wanted friends, and they ragdolled and died. We had another individual be destroyed by a solar flare, and someone else became a shadow monster. So good times were had by all. My recommendation or shout out this week is for a charity event that Roarcat Reads is running. I'll post a link for it in the chat there. But it is on Saturday, October 16th. It is for the charity Rainbow Refuge. They're running 3 different actual play games that day. And they're even actually looking for players at the moment. So if you are interested in running in a charity game, and you got your equipment set up, then you should reach out to Roarcat Reads. But yeah, they have 3 sessions that are going on. The first one, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., 1 p.m. to 5, then 5 to 9. So definitely check this out. October 16th, Roarcat Reads is this charity event, and it should be a ton of fun. They have descriptions for the games like rumors of a magic tipsy dream grill, where it's a brunch restaurant where everything is perfect and they're on the hunt for it. Just amazing things like that. So definitely go give that a look-see. Lian.
Yeah, so I'm Lian, and I am a cast member and co-producer of Bad Heroes, which is a TTRPG podcast set in a homebrew world by Drea. We're sort of a comedy adventure. We've got vampires, we've got werewolves. It's a story about 4 unprepared heroes that are forced to hunt curses on behalf of a queen who literally made a deal with the devil. So it's a good time, and come check us out. My plug for the week is a shout out to our buddies at Control Group Podcast. They are a super fun group. They do anthology style mini campaigns where they test out a bunch of TTRPG systems, so you don't have to. They've done Monster of the Week, Lasers and Feelings, Monster Hearts. It's a real fun group. It's a good time.
I love Control Group. That's actually where I heard about Gunsight from.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Dre.
Well, I'm Dre Silvertooth on Twitter, and then I GM Bad Heroes Cast, which Lian already told you all about, but that's definitely my big creative passion project right now. Pretty heavy on the comedy and the adventure, and it's overall pretty soft story. My rec for this week would be Sounds Like Crows, which uses Deadlands Reloaded, and it's a podcast that's also a Western setting. And has very pleasant voices and very, very good production value. So I'd recommend checking out Sounds Like Crows.
Nice.
That's a new one. I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, neither have I.
Sweet. I'm Cassie. I am the Game Monstress for the Lovely Craftians podcast, which is an all-ladies Call of Cthulhu group. And I've also been dabbling on other people's shows like this one, which has been great. That's very fun. So I'm kind of like all over the place. My rec today is going to be Don't Look in the Trees. It's a relatively new podcast. It's not actual play, but it is cryptids and spooky stories. And they're pretty short, so if you don't have a whole lot of time, good news is you can just power through them and be terrified with me.
Awesome. Sade.
Okay, hello everyone. Sade Smith Edwards. I am one of the PCs on the Lovely Craftians. I play Glenn Bishop, which is a lot of fun. In terms of my recommendations, I wish I had more, but what I'm like currently listening to and kind of obsessed with is from Table Goth, Hades High, which is a Monster Hearts 2 game. And right now I think that they are, last episode was very spicy in terms of like people were just like going at each other's throats, and I was just like, oh, the drama, popcorn, right? So like right now that's my obsession. But I did want to get into like a Monster of the Week podcast, and I had some lined up, but I will probably listen, and I will have a rec for next time for that one. So yes.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for coming by. We will be back on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. CST, where we will be dealing with that train. So make sure you don't miss out. Until then, see ya.